Welcome to Playful Podcast, your guide into the underground scene where we discover topics on kink and electronic music every week. Don't forget to subscribe to not miss out on our next episode.
We are excited to be here today with Miroto, also known as the winner of Mr. Leather Berlin 2023. In this conversation, we speak about the leather community, what it means, represents, its evolution and history, how Miroto got into the kink scene and found his fetishes, the separation of the kink scene today and why he fights for visibility, as well as why the leather community is disappearing, or at least changing, and so much more. Let's get to it. I am Amanda, and this is Playful Podcast. Welcome to Playful Podcast. We are so excited to have you here. And today we're going to speak about the leather community with Mr. Leather himself.
Thank you very much for having me here. Thank you.
It's a very big honor for us. And the leather community is something that we, at least, I think a lot of people don't know so much about, also because it seems like it's been getting smaller and smaller.
Well, first about the prejudice about the fetish and the leather scene, the leather scene has been very stigmatized as something dirty and something pervert. So I don't think it's getting smaller. It's getting more. It gets more, there are more branches of the fetish scene at the moment. There are some new fetishes that are rising up and they are growing really up, like the puppy fetish or something like this, you know. But, the leather scene is changing, but it's still there. It's still a very big community. And I got to represent the Berlin one.
Yeah, you won the first representer this very year. That's huge. We're going to speak a little bit more about that later. But first, could you let us know a little bit about where the leather community comes from and like the history of the leather scene?
People ask me a lot about this question, and the leather scene has many roots. One of the main points that people are using, this is still the Tom of England with his very first paintings. But the gay community has started already in the back alleys, in old bars. It has to be very hidden. Here in Berlin, there used to be one very famous cruising toilet as a public place where it was all happening. And
toilet?
It's, I just read some days about it. It's one of the old places where it's like a small tent covered from metal, and they still keep it there.
And it's only for the leather community?
Well, that's where the first cruising start happening, at least, because, as I said, it was not something people were doing openly. And the old biker clothes and stuff that's pushed a bit more masculinity got famous also in the gay community, and it was like a symbol of masculinity, and that's where it all began, I guess.
Has it been mostly hidden in a club and bar environment, would you say?
It has been like most things was happening, as I said, in the public crossing places like toilets, like parks, like dark alleys behind the clubs. Of course, the clubs that had small dark rooms after that, and that's where all the cruising was happening. That's where the leather scene was thriving.
Okay, what about leather does it for you?
Oh, it does a lot. First, the feeling, the smell, the look of it turns me on. This strong masculinity that it gives the appeal of the leather. When the right person is wearing, it's a big turn on. That's definitely. Also, the sweat on the leather and the touch during sex, it's another turn on.
It's definitely a hyper masculine scene.
It is. If the right person wears it, yes. Unfortunately, many people wear it just for the fashion and not for the fetish.
Yeah.
which destroys a bit the factor of it, I guess.
How do you mean?
I mean, people dress up in leather to find more sex. I go to these parties just to get someone, but they are not really into it.
Oh, so
And this happens a lot.
they use it to get laid.
Yes, a lot.
Can you sense?
I know many people that do this. They have this leather outfit and they dress just for the leather party 1 or 2 times per year. And they don't have any sexuality with it, but just they know when they put it on, they're gonna have sex.
When you meet someone who is not into it, how can you notice that they are just wearing it to get laid?
Well, I know from people that are telling me.
Oh, okay.
So that's the first-hand
They're
information.
like, I just got dressed like this to get laid. They say that up front.
They do. Some of them, they do.
What do you do then? Like, okay, bye.
Well, it depends. I have many fetishes, and fetish doesn't define me. I'm more than just one thing. So if you have the attraction, you do what you want.
Yeah, also...
You should not limit yourself to anything. That's what I'm saying. But now I'm in a very nice relationship where I don't have to look for this at the moment. So
is your partner a leather person too?
He's very leather person.
Oh,
He's
very
leather person. Yes, he's trying to rediscover some new fetishes. So he's trying a lot of the things that I like as well. So it's a very nice journey that we're going through at the moment. But he's definitely a leather person. He has even more leather than I do. Yes.
Oh, that must be a lot, I can imagine.
A lot.
But you said you have many other fetishes. Are you also into like latex?
I'm very into latex. I have more rubber pieces at home, I guess, than I have leather.
Right now, or you always did?
Right now and always.
Always, alright.
But it really...
He's a fraud! No, I'm kidding.
No, that's really what the people think the moment they see me in rubber when I go out, because right now I'm Mr. Leather Berlin, but there is no Mr. Fetish Berlin, so I'm representing like this the whole fetish scene. It's not just the leather scene. And I actually started first with the army clothes. I was very into army uniforms and these things.
Mm-hmm. Also hyper masculine.
Yes. Always this uniform type of and gear. I have no idea why this has developed me through the years, but gear with boots, gloves, caps, helmets, masks and helmets is one of my biggest fetishes.
Masks and helmets. Hot.
Almost all kinds of sorts of masks. Well, no carnival mask, but definitely masks and helmets. Yes.
Okay. Would you say anyone can look good with a mask on?
Well, that's very subjective, I guess.
It's about the energy, no?
I get turned on by these things, but that's my fetish. I don't know, it has nothing to do with beauty, I guess. It's just things that turns me on. So, but I guess if someone feels sexier with it, he should do it. He should wear it.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm encouraging it.
Me too. Always pro a good mask. But since you are representing the fetish scene, which is very broad, and you've been in the fetish scene for what? Over 10 years?
Oh, no. Actually, I came to Berlin. I'm from Bulgaria. And I came to Berlin like 25 years ago.
Oh.
So I came here, I learned German. I studied here. And I got to discover my sexuality and the scene from the very early moments in my life.
So
I came with 17. I discovered my sexuality at that time gay. Before I came, just the year before I came, because Bulgaria is a very close place. For a very long, I thought I was the only gay that existed there. I need to get something wrong because there is no visibility, no information or anything. And when I came to Berlin, I really found myself in the right place. I thought, okay, that's what I'm supposed to be, where I'm supposed to be, and
Can I ask, because you just mentioned that it's so hard to find information in Bulgaria, were you telling people there that you were gay when you realized it, or not? Or did you
At that time, I had a girlfriend. I had actually 2 girlfriends. But
2 girlfriends?
Yes.
Not at the same time?
No, not at the same time. Not at the same time. But the moment I realized that I cannot go further than just the first base and whatever it is.
Don't touch me!
You know, I had to stop them. So
I hope they know why you stopped them today.
Unfortunately, I have not taught any of them. But that was just the society and around me that was pushing me to do, because everybody's saying this is what you're supposed to do. You have to do this and this and this. You're not supposed to be different. This is your plan. You have to have children. Blah blah blah. And I have taught not many people. I have taught, and some of the times I have taught, I have regretted it, because that led to some bigger disappointments and regrets later up in my life.
To tell people that you were gay, you mean?
Yes. I think one of this was also not my family, because my mom she was okay, but my father had a problem with that.
Your dad had a problem with it?
He had a very big problem with that. So actually...
And you were just 17 when you told him?
Yeah. The last time I saw him was the time I told him that I was gay.
That was the last time. Then you had to move from home.
That was the last time I told him. I moved like half a year later, but this was the last time I also saw my father at all.
That is so rough.
Yeah.
Is he alive?
He passed away some years ago.
Oh, and you couldn't come to the funeral then, or?
I was not able to fix this between us, and it has been rough.
Yeah, for sure.
Has been rough, yes.
Yeah, that is.
But I guess I'm not the only one that has gone through something like this. I think it's just because the lack of information and visibility, I think, in Bulgaria. That's where this happened. I cannot blame it on him. I can understand maybe he has not seen or heard anybody around him in his life to go through something like this, and I'm his son, actually. His only son, to come out to him as this. I guess for some people it's difficult. So this is what I'm trying to do at the moment with my title. This is what I took on me as a responsibility, to be visible in the scene, to be visible outside the scene.
This is motivating you?
Yes.
To give more visibility?
Yes, this is what I decided to do with my title, at least outside of Berlin. You just go to as many cities and countries as possible and just show myself as a proud gay man, proud leather gay man, in front of outside of the scene, so the people can see that there is something. Because, if people see you on the street, the first reaction is they will point at you and laugh. They will see you 2-3 times on the street and they will just smile. And after probably 10 times, they will just walk by, and for them to become something normal. And this is the way you do it. You need to be present, you need to be there. That's also the reason why there is a gay pride in CSD. Just be on the street and be visible. Show the people you're there. You're part of the society.
Yeah.
This is a very big movement. It's a very big political statement. It says we're here, we're part of the society. You have to live with us. We're not going anywhere. So this is what it says. This is what it stands for. They change the slogans every year with something different, but the main thing what it is, it's about this.
Yeah.
We're there, we're not going anywhere. You have to live with us.
And also the understanding, like not only that you see us, but also
that you're
Well,
speaking?
you cannot expect the people actually to understand. You can only ask for respect. That they respect that you are there, that you have different views as them, and that you're part of the society just like they are. You cannot accept people to understand you because they don't walk your shoes. They haven't done your experience.
Yeah,
But
this is true.
respect is something very important. You have to respect others, people's choices, and
if we look at because one thing that I think is interesting is also that the puppy community has been growing extremely a lot, especially I would say maybe in Germany, or am I mistaken?
not only in Germany. I think the puppy scene is going everywhere. The puppy and the furry scene.
Yeah,
and
they're also in leather many puppies.
Yeah, because being in a puppy, it's many people don't find their way directly into the leather scene because the leather scene is not very open at the moment. It has got very judgmental and very divided as well, and a bit snobby as well, to be honest.
The puppies are snobby.
No, not the puppies. The leather scene.
The leather
just
scene.
The leather scene. And for new incomers, it's for people that want to discover their fetishes and start with leather and everything. It's very difficult to go into the leather scene the first because, as I said, people unfortunately not as acceptance as they were before that. I used to live for 15 years now on the Canary Islands, so I can see the difference when I came to Berlin and now that I'm back for almost 2 years.
You were there for how long in Canary?
15 years.
For 15. So you saw the kink scene in Berlin.
Yes, how it was like 20 years ago. And then I was for 15 years away.
All right.
Just came back.
Let's do the comparison. I'm so curious to hear this. What was it like before?
Well, before it was, there were the cruising clubs. Bars and clubs were full. We didn't have these applications, this Cross Grinder and all these hookup apps. So everything was happening in the bars. And you had actually to go out from home to meet other people.
No apps. Right?
Yes. And the good thing is the scene was very united. So we didn't have the puppy scene. They still have the pup play. It was still kind of a thing, but it was they were not a puppy, you were a dog, and you had a master or an owner, and it was a different, very strong role play. And all the army, skinheads, rubber guys, leather, they were all together in the same bar. They were on the same table. They were talking to each other, the same groups. It was very mixed. It was very open. It was very lovely.
If you're a fetishist, you're welcome, kind of.
Everybody was welcome. Even people that are not a fetish, they were also welcomed. It was different. And now that I'm back in Berlin, I saw this division.
Dividation.
Now, since I'm back now in Berlin,
it got divided.
I see that the scene got very divided, and you see the leather people in one corner of the bar, then you see the rubber people on one other side, then you see the parties. We used to have just the big fetish parties. Now there is just rubber party, just puppy party, just I don't know what is skin party, just leather party, and it's. People are not that open to the other smaller community that got developed. And the puppy scene is a place where everybody gets welcomed with a lot of love, a lot of acceptance, no judgment at all. So this is where most of the young people go and get into. And it's very understandable why. And I think it's a very, very, very good thing for the community because the community is not dying, it's just changing and it's moving from one fetish to the other. And many people also from the puppy scene, through the puppy scene, they start also trying new things, and sometimes they move to the rubber scene, sometimes they move to the leather scene.
So they're welcome in the leather scene or the rubber scene, the puppies.
Everybody loves puppies. Everybody loves puppies.
I don't blame them.
Everybody
Puppies
loves
are
puppies.
lovely.
Everybody loves puppies and cake. I love puppies.
Me too.
I love puppies. And also, the puppy scene is not always about something sexual, as I see. A lot of them, they find it just comforting because they can get into a character and get away from their daily routine or life or problems. And it's very welcoming. It's very easy to make friends, to get accepted. And it's just love, 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 love. Yeah.
So what is the negative things that do you have any scares for the development on the fetish scene, would you say?
The biggest thing that I noticed is that through the applications to all these hookup apps, many people stop going to the bars. Many cruising bars have closed in Berlin. And also the bars that we have, they have gotten very empty.
Especially leather bars?
Especially also the normal sex bars, not really the leather bars, but also the sex bars. I see now it gets a bit concentrated now in some sex kinos, but really the normal cruising bars, almost all of them are closed, unfortunately. But that's the scene is changing. You cannot say if it's for good or for bad, but the scene is changing. I loved it the way it was before, of course. That's how I grew up. That's how I fell in love with the city. But the leather scene, it seems that it's dying out because of that. But actually, instead of people going out
because that's what I heard.
Instead of people going out every weekend, so you can see the bars and everything every weekend regularly, people meet probably once a month. We have this Black Weekend where people also from other cities and other countries, they come to Berlin just for 1 weekend. That's why the other weekends are a bit not that busy.
Yeah.
And several times per year we have these big fetish events like Folsom, Easter Berlin, and where really the whole community is getting together and all fetishes are getting together.
So it's a myth. The leather scene isn't dying. It's just changing.
It's changing.
Yeah.
It's changing. It's changing very rapidly, but it's not dying at all.
All right. That's a relief to hear, actually. Because it would be a shame. It also, if we look at what the leather scene represents, it's definitely hypermasculinity.
Not only. You can be into leather just with something very easy. There are people just like boots, just like leather boots. There are people just like to wash them, to lick them, some like just to be stumped by boots. Or some just small fetishes like this, they are also part of the leather scene. There are people that are just into gloves. So the moment you put leather glove and go to the street, you're part of the leather scene. So it's something it's a very wide angle from different small fetishes that are coming together that have leather as a connecting point, but it can go in all directions, really.
All right. If we look at the future, what are your hopes for the kink community? Do you wish for it? Because now it's pretty divided, you said.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you wish for?
Of course, I wish that it gets more united. I would love to see people getting well with each other. So, I mean, that people don't say like, oh, look, he's wearing rubber, he's not a leather guy. Or the same guy, the rubber guy, oh, he's just a leather guy. You can be more than one thing and you can explore other fetishes as well. People should be more open. We have enough clubs here in Berlin that showed us that this is possible. Big example is the Kit Kat Club that has been here for so many years and it showed us that tolerance and respect can bring people together, and that's exactly what it's done, is bringing all different kind of kinks and sexuality and gender together in one place, and it's doing this very, very successfully. So this works. This is what we need more in the scene, just more acceptance and respect.
I bet a lot of people recognize your face especially after the title in Berlin when you're going out.
They do.
So can I ask, because as you're also of this opinion that you can be many things, do people, when you are walking around in latex, are people being offended, or what's the reactions?
Reactions are very mixed. Some people come to me and say, "Oh, it's very nice. You do something else." And other people come and say, "Oh, you're Mr. Leather. Why are you wearing rubber?"
Yeah.
And I said, like, I am making a statement. I'm more than one thing. It's I'm trying to show people that you don't need to be that close-minded, exactly. So I'm trying to be as visible as possible in Berlin, but also showing my other kinks. I'm trying to mix this also. I go to the rubber events, I go to the leather events, I go to the arm events, I go to all these different type of fetish events. And me, as I said, I'm not just Mr. Leather. I'm a man who has different fetishes, who is there to live them, to experience them, and to share with other people that and show them actually that you can be more than one thing. You don't have to be just master or slave or just into ropes or latex or army or rubber, whatever it is. You can be whatever you want to be.
And it's also, I think, one thing that is very inspiring with you is that you really. Let's also later hear about how you got the winner. But before that, I think it's such a, like, you're doing such an honorable job as the winner. Like, it's very important for you to travel around and represent the leather community in other places as well.
It's a very demanding job. It's a full-time job. And I didn't know in the beginning what it would mean for me. And I told you, I decided to travel a lot. And I travel across Europe and Germany to different events just for this representation, as I said.
For the whole year?
For the whole year.
So you're going to have
almost every weekend I'm in a different city or in a different country. Almost every weekend.
You bring your belt?
The sash comes on all the events that I'm invited officially. I have it on.
Yeah.
It's the first thing what they see, people think just like a beauty contest or something. They listen, people laugh at it, but that's exactly where you get to educate the people actually that it's for a good cause and what it's about. It's the best part of the job.
Tell us what it's about.
And it's exactly this. It's about showing the representation of the leather community being there. In the beginning, as I said, the first moments after I won the title, I didn't know what's going to mean for me, what I was going to do with it, because every person does different things with it. And I told you, I decided to travel a lot outside of Berlin to and I'm happy to be there and to show them that you can do this. You don't have to be scared.
We have now come to the part of the podcast where if you are or want to become a Patreon and get access to the extra material, go to patreon.com/playfulmagazine. And in this extra material, we speak to Mr. Leather about some super underground clubs that are very niched and some that are a bit more broad. And he shares how to get access to them. You don't want to miss this. Go to patreon.com/playfulmagazine. Yeah.
And it's very expensive thing. The flights, the hotels, the travel.
The clothes. also?
Everything. Well, due to the title, you get also some sponsorship. Some films are sponsoring your outfits exactly for that. So my biggest sponsor is Mr. B. It's one of the stores, the leather stores.
Shout out. No, but also when you won, how did they like make you the winner? What are the characteristics?
Well, it's a competition.
Yeah.
It's a competition. First, as I said, it's not a beauty contest or something. So you have to have an idea why you're doing this or why you go into the competition. So I went there because one of my friends, we became very big friends after that during the competition. He came to me on one of the leather socials. He said, I have a problem getting into the scene. I'm there. I'm feminine. I have my feminine sides, and it's very difficult for me if I want to try some to be like a master or to take another role. Then people are laughing at me. And he asked me for advice what to do. And I wanted to give this advice also to other people after that. And he asked me how I'm dealing with this because I'm not scared to show my sexuality or anywhere or to do anything in public or something. I'm not that shy.
You're out there.
Right?
Yeah.
And a close friend of him laughed behind his back, and I stood up and put him in place exactly for these things. And this actually pushed me to go and to take part because he was also taking part of the competition, so I wanted to be there with him together. And through the competition, we became very close friends, so that was a very good thing. The competition itself, it was a very hard process. It's 5 days.
Wow.
5 days in a row, and they're going to go through interviews from event to event, and you have some interviews with the different international judges from different organizations, and you have also a show that you do in front of the public, and more questionnaire, and it's just little questions, interviews, and presentation, and after 5 days, there was a voting.
So the audience gets to vote and also the jury, or only the jury?
Jury, audience, so every day you're collecting different points from the different interviews that you're doing. Sometimes you're on one-on-one with the people. Sometimes it's interview and questions from public. Someone is...
It's definitely a lot of the mental things.
You get naked. You get naked in front of everybody. So you get to be judged for who you are.
And how you look.
And no, and it's not about how you look. It's more about what you stand for and what are your ideas.
But you get really naked?
Well, there was one of the rounds where you had to go and show something more and more sexy. Well, I just went with a helmet on.
A leather helmet?
Just a motorbike helmet and a boxers, and everything was going everywhere. And yes, I suppose people liked it. It's just people liked it.
It's our winner. Were you the most naked person?
I don't think so. We didn't see the chance to get to see what the other ones are presenting on the stage because we were backstage, and there was no training for that. They put you out there naked, and you just you don't know what questions will be asked. So it's really very raw things. They told us we have to prepare something. And they told us what the rounds are, but that's where it ends. So we didn't know what the other people were doing. I saw some of them with the jockstrap, but
amazing.
Really, it's in the public liked what they saw.
Oh my God, so fun. Okay, but if we go back, because now you are Mr. Leather, as we said, can say it many times more. But like, if we think about you as a little boy, was there ever a time when you were like, okay, fuck, the smell of leather gets me aroused? Or like, how did you get into it?
The earliest smell of leather I can remember is more probably of the glue of shoes when you go in the store or something like this.
Oh.
But that has nothing to do. I drive motorbikes, and for me, I had the leather combis. And even I bought myself a leather combi before I even had a motorbike. And to be honest, I slept very often in it.
So uncomfortable, but you got something out of it.
That's. I didn't know it was sexual at that time because I just liked the feeling just to be in the leather and in the comfits and really sleeping in a comfy where that I didn't have a motorbike.
Oh my god, that's beautiful. Oh, that
And
really says a lot though about it's also. Do you also feel the material is somehow comforting on the body?
it's at that time it was like first the feeling that you cannot move that much because it's a bit restricting. Then the protection of it, so you feel secure as well at the same time. And at the same time, it makes you more masculine because it has all the protectors. It makes you bigger, and I guess it's a combination of all of it together.
Yeah.
And then there was Kit Kat.
And then there
And
was
then there was
Kit
Kit
Kat.
Kat.
All right, take us back. 25 years ago, you're like, what is this club?
Well, I heard about it. They told me it's a very nice place. It's a club. It's a very open place. I did not say what to I didn't know what to expect. And they told me, oh, but you cannot go like this. You have to this. And I went with my army clothes. And I didn't have leather clothes for going out or something. That I was like 18, 19. Very, very, very young. And I remember it was a place where you don't, I've never seen somewhere in the world a place like this. Let's say it like this. It's very open. You can see the people in all these sexy clothes and showing skin and being sexy and all these materials and rubber, latex, everything together. And you see this, oh, I like this. I would love to try this. Or you have sex with someone who is wearing something very nice and it looks nice and you want to try it. And short after I remember the very first store that opened in Berlin for a gay leather store, that was it. And I went there and was like, oh my God, I'm in heaven. These were my first words, I'm in heaven. Really, this were really the words that came out of my mouth.
Wow.
And I made...
what did you buy?
I bought my very first leather pants there, actually. And short after that, I went to my very first leather gay event in Hamburg.
Oh. What? Yeah.
It was on a military ship. That doesn't exist anymore.
Did you have your military clothes?
I was full in leather.
Then you were...
I was really, really full in leather, yes.
Oh.
And that's how it started. And it hasn't stopped.
And it never will, I hope. We hope.
I keep trying new things. And there's always something new to try. There's always something new to try.
Okay, but if we look at... This is maybe a little kinky, but if we look at the things that people who are new in the leather community should try or could try, if you could inspire them, what are some things you'd say?
Well, the best thing first is see some videos, see some things around that you like, and just do small steps. Don't push yourself into the things you don't like or you don't feel secure. Everything is outside of your comfort zone for sure, but the things you're curious, make the step. Try them. There is nothing bad that came out of it. This is a way to learn yourself, to find out what's good for you, what's not good for you, and also what's good for others. Try new things. Just don't be scared to try new things, whatever it is.
Yeah, and
even
also,
if it's sometimes just a small slap on the face or slap on the ass or some handcuffs or something. Try new things. Try new things.
And also
stay safe. Try new things and explore your sexuality.
Yeah, because I feel the kink community is very open. Like it's often not people to be scared of, but it's a very welcoming. Like people who have discovered their own kinks are often very open to to share their experiences.
This, yes, and there's also something else. The moment two people have the same kink, they feel already some connection with each other. This is very strange in the scene, but it really exists. If the moment you know that someone else has the same fetish like you do, you feel already very connected. So there is already a very close connection with this. And this happens a lot. This happens a lot. And with very specific fetishes that are not that popular, it's even stronger. So because sometimes you think, oh, nobody likes wearing helmets when they have sex, or nobody likes dress up as this and this and this. Okay, you meet someone else, and you have immediately this strong connection with this person. You start talking and sharing information, and he tells you, oh, but I did this, and oh, I haven't done this. And oh, I'm gonna try these things. That's what it should be. This is the good and the nice part of the gay community and the fetish community, because people come together and share their experiences. People get to learn new things, try new things, and the best thing is to know yourself, to know what you like, and not to be scared about trying new things.
Yeah.
You should do anything what you like and what you want, as long as you don't hurt other people or yourself. That's it. That's the most important thing.
That's the end of the interview. Thank you so incredibly much. It was a beautiful talk I had with you. You shared so much lovely, I was going to say lessons, but life lessons, I guess.
Thank you.
We still have the extra material.
This was it for Playful Podcast this week, but please follow, subscribe, and listen to our next episode. And if you want to have a say about future artists, or even ask your own question to one of our guests, follow us on Instagram and make sure to add your question when we lift our coming guests. Thank you so much for joining, and see you next week.